Welcome to the Sonia Buchanan Show, where we inspire one life, one smile at a time. Greetings to all of you. It is time for the Sonia Buchanan Show, where we focus on one life, one smile at a time. Listen, you guys, you're going to enjoy our subject today. And let me tell you, the title is called The Unknown Staircase. And before I get into the in-depth of the dialogue, let me tell you first the reason why I am calling this podcast, The Unknown Staircase. Well, I was actually creating a postcard, and I like to create postcards and place them on my Instagram page for purposes of uplifting, of course, where we focus on one life, one smile at a time. But I have took notice that a lot of times at night, between midnight and 5 a.m. in the morning, people have a tendency to come on my page and click and look. And also, I want to have a page where it does not offend, but it brings a smile to you. Because usually during that time in the morning, people are going through things, their thoughts are running wild, they're concerned about the next day. And I try to post things that will kind of lure them to a next level of thinking. That is the reason why. But I was creating this postcard. And again, let me read that quote. And it says, "If you are afraid of the stairs, then you are afraid of life." I read this quote 3 times, and I realized this quote is really not about the typical success in business. Let me climb the stairs. Stairs are hard to get to the top. It's going to be rough, and I have to get to the next level, and I have to get to the top. And it's not talking about that. And that is where typically we think, oh, the stairs, I got to get to the stairs. And in a mindset, you're thinking, oh, I got to get to the top. That means everybody else I'm going to leave behind because I got to focus. I got to get rid of everybody in my life. And, it's always that kind of concept. And but when I read this quote, it wasn't that concept at all. It was basically stating to me that everybody has stairs with them for the rest of their entire life, where you live out until you're 50 or until you're 100, until you're 200. You have stairs every day. And those stairs are not purposely, oh, I got to get to the top. Those stairs is the next day there's another step that I have to take. And on that step are places and people, experiences and blessings and opportunities are to reach or to be impacted by on that particular step. And this is what I looked at that quote, and it resonated. I said, oh my goodness, this is about refocusing your mind when you wake up in the morning. Oh, let me just take this step. Because when we wake up in the morning and when our feet hit the floor, that's a step. And that step for that particular day is everything that you're going to encounter. And I also wrote on the postcard another quote, and it states, "You still haven't met all the people who are going to love you effortlessly." Now, you may be saying, well, what does this have to do with the unknown step? The unknown staircase has a lot to do with it. Let me tell you a little a snippet. During the year of 2020, of course, everybody was in quarantine. And my January goal was, as I always do every year, it wasn't just the year 2020, but I always write one of my goals, I would like to meet people. I would like to meet people at levels that I can learn from and they can learn from me, or we can walk together, we can laugh together, just really great people in my life. And these are some of the goals. But this year, 2020 goal, I said, Lord, I would like to meet more intimate people. And what I mean by intimate people, where they can impact my life or I can impact their life. Where it was more so that they impact my life because I was needing another type of friendship, And so I happened to meet several people during the year 2020. And I almost missed that opportunity. This again is talking about the subject, the unknown staircase. I almost missed the opportunity because I was not going to do something, and I retract my step, and I did it. And when I did something, I was able to meet the most wonderful person that I would have never have ever met. I've never met a person like this. Not to put so much emphasis on the person, but it was an experience. And when I took that step in meeting the person, they have impacted my life to the point where it opened up another part of me, another place in me that I was not even aware of because of their presence being in my life. I'm sure that down the road somewhere, another person in such charismatic personality would have impacted, but it could have been that I needed to be impacted this particular time. And I am so glad that I took that step and allowed and opened my door. And that's another thing. You have to open your door and take the risk to see. And I did. And they have impacted my life in such a way that I do thank God for every day for taking that step. And that is the reason why I put that quote, you still haven't met all the people who are going to love you effortlessly. There are people who are going to love you effortlessly, and they don't have to know you for years. It's just an automatic thing. That is the unknown staircase. A lot of times we don't know on that particular day how you're going to be impacted. Now, opportunity is going to come before you. A blessing is going to come. Someone's going to bless you with something you was not even expecting. But in your heart, you haven't even spoken, but in your heart, you've said, man, I wish, I want that. That may not be the time. But this particular day, you could have been blessed with that. That is about the unknown staircase. There's many times I wake up in the morning and I just do not want to get up. I'm just having a woe is me moment, but I still have to get up because I have to be responsible to do so. And usually on those days, those are the days that I get blessed, that the blessings are pouring out over me. And it's almost as if God is hearing you and he runs and he blesses you that day. So because his presence, the presence of life, energy and frequency and vibrations of goodness for your life start to pour in and get rid of all that woe is me moment, But I want to also share with you, because we're talking about the unknown staircase. I wrote this book a couple of years ago. It's called Notes to the Experience, Quotes of Wisdom. And there's a quote that I wrote, and it's quote number 77, and it says, just because two people are in the same place, that doesn't mean the two people are seeing and hearing the same thing. And when you get to a certain age, you realize you find yourself not arguing your point. And let me read that quote again, because yes, this is still resonating, this title of this podcast, The Unknown Staircase. It says, just because two people are in the same place, that doesn't mean the two people are seeing and hearing the same thing. And I thought about also, again, the staircase. There are many people, everybody has staircases. But on the particular day, let's just say staircase number 10. There could be someone next to you on staircase number 10. They are totally in a different place. We're seeing the same thing ahead of us. We're hearing the same thing ahead of us. But our perceptions and understanding is completely different. The only way that the differences of what we're seeing and hearing is that we both come together and collaborate on what we see and hear and discuss it. This is where it eliminates any confusion of misunderstanding the next person, or misunderstanding what we're seeing and arguing over what's true and what's not true. The only thing that it does, it eliminates that. And it also brings you into a dialogue to say, this is what I'm seeing. Because basically what we're seeing and hearing is based on the experiences on our stairway. This is why everyone has their own staircases. It all works together. They may be seeing in a different angle than what I'm seeing because our staircases are in totally two different places. They could be seeing what I'm looking at, the same figure, but they could be seeing on the left side. I could be seeing on the right side. But what we're seeing is the same picture of what's in front of us, but they're perceiving the difference. And the unknown stairs. The unknown stairs is so many opportunities that you could miss if you don't take that step every day and look at it as, well, today I am not going to take a step. I'm just going to just chill. I'm not doing nothing. I don't feel like doing nothing. It's not working out. But whatever it is that's supposed to work out on that particular step that day will work out for that particular step that day. The overall, whatever it is that you're zooming for, it may not have come into fruition, but on that next step, it is part of that big picture. Because there's many people that I've met on my journey, like I stated before, like in 2020, I met this fabulous person, and they have impacted my life for my tomorrow because I look at things so much. It's like this window that I actually see. There's a rose bush over there. I wouldn't have saw that rose bush if I wouldn't have met that person on that step that day. I would have still been looking at a oak tree without seeing the rose bush. But I see the rose bush and I also see the oak tree. This is so important. I hope I'm trying to explain what the unknown staircase is we don't know what's on that step that day, but that step could impact our life. The missed opportunities if we don't take the next step, the missing blessings, the missing days that we can bless other people if we don't take that next step, the missed opportunities of not reading something that we should have read or we should have watched or we should have made a phone call. And that one phone call has stimulated the overall blessing when you get to the top. Now, it's amazing. I have to share this. And we talk about the unknown stairs. Many years ago, maybe 20 years ago, I had asked God for a financial blessing, and He blessed me. And I wanted to bless a young lady with the financial blessing. And so I called her. To bless her that day. And I called repeatedly every single day for a month, and she would not answer the phone. And I called it many different times, many hours. She would not answer her phone. And I think it was like maybe 3 months later, she called me and stated she was having a financial problem in her life, where she needed a financial blessing. Well, 3 months prior, I was trying to bless her, and she missed that step of opportunity because she would not take the step and answer the phone. This is why I believe that this podcast is very important for me to speak on the unknown staircase. We don't know what each day may hold or held. We don't know what that staircase of that day may come. But just know that it comes with full of blessings, full of opportunities, full of lessons, full of information that we can take with us as we climb to the next step and to the next step and to the next step. I just want to leave you with this. Each morning when you wake up, think about, this is a staircase today, and I have opportunities. I have blessings. I have new information that I can receive. I have new wisdom that I can apply to. Instead of always looking, I got to get to the top. I got to get to the top. I got to get to the top of the mountain. I got to succeed. I got to get this person out of my life. No, there are times where you do need to get rid of people out of your life if they're sucking the life and energy out of you and they're not impacting. But before you do that, evaluate why they are in your life and what have you gleaned from them or what have they gleaned from you. Because it could be that they're on the same step, gleaning from you, learning from you, and impacting from you. But it should be an exchange. It should be a giver and a receiver and a receiver and a giver. That exchange should be happening where it's promoting healthy, opportunities and healthy blessings. But I want to just really just look at that as the unknown staircase lies ahead of you every single day, and it can impact your life the next day, or it can impact your life 10 years later. I met people when I was 21 years old. I've come across them like 30 years later and find out that they were a blessing to my life. At the time when I met them on that staircase, didn't know the impact, but I left and they left on good measures. So think about that, the unknown staircase. What and how does that apply to your personal life? And what is on your unknown staircase each day? This is the end of our podcast, and I hope you were blessed. And this is your girl with Sonia Buchanan. Come visit us with Sonia Buchanan and Sonia Buchanan Show with Comfort and Promises broadcast. And also be sure to follow us on our Instagram page. But this is the end of our podcast, you guys. I thank you for listening. I thank you for joining in with us. And until next week, this is the Sonia Buchanan Show, where we focus with one life, one smile at a time. Bye, you guys. Thank you for listening to our broadcast, the Sonia Buchanan Show, where we focus on one life, one smile at a time. Until next time, bye, you guys.